I just finished another 2-hour meditation, and here I am to make another video. Seems like a little routine I've gotten in. For today's video, I wanted to answer a Patreon question. I usually don't put these on YouTube, they usually stay on Patreon, but I actually think just reading this question is going to be really healing for a lot of you guys. I think it's going to be very just relatable. And so I thought this would be a good one to put here on the YouTube channel. So, oh, and up top, I want to say thank you to Wesley for joining. It means a lot and it really helps support this work. So here's the question. It's not from Wesley, it's from someone else in the community, and it goes, "Hi Matthew, I'm in so much exhaustion, ascension symptoms, and purging, and I have been for over 4 years. Sometimes I feel very positive, but for the most part it's so hard, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong." You're definitely not doing anything wrong. None of you are doing anything wrong. It's like you guys are trying to evolve your animal bodies into divine bodies. So, I mean, what a task. And, I'm just gonna keep reading the question. Haven't really changed my diet that much yet and can't find energy to journal. And so just don't feel like I have the strength to do it. Just too tired. But I guess that will help. So I'm going to try to get started on these things. And maybe changing the diet will help, or maybe I wouldn't force yourself to do anything. A lot of you guys are being initiated into more of this like cosmic consciousness. And what I mean by cosmic consciousness is you're just going more from like the thinking mind, like that programmed ego that, has everything all planned out. That more conditioned self that relies on like knowledge and kind of like what other people are telling you to do, what society's doing, what is everyone else doing. You're kind of going from that more programmed self to more of this, literally this consciousness that's connected to the cosmos. You're starting to realize yourself as the cosmos. Like you're going to become more attuned to life itself, and you're going to, a lot of you guys are going to start living this life that's a lot more intuitive. Like you're going from this thinking mind to this intuitive mind that's just feeling into every moment, and you're becoming this moment more and more. You're the whole construct of who you thought you were, that whole idea that was created in your mind, that's like falling away. And many of you might be going through this, like you don't even know who you are or what you are. And so, like I said, a lot of you are being initiated into this cosmic consciousness where you really are just this moment. And there's like this deep listening happening within you to where your life is just surrendered to what the intelligence of the divine is wanting to guide you to do. So, this becomes, this shift is a major shift to go through, right? And it can create all kinds of fear. The animal body can be quite alarmed by this shift, because the animal body, the old way, was like kind of what we thought kept us safe, right? The old way of just like relying on our thinking mind and our programming and our conditioning. So now we're shifting, a lot of you guys are shifting into this new way of being, this new way of relating to life, where it's more in the unknown. It's more of this allowing the spontaneous intelligence of your life force, of your divine being to kind of lead the way. And that's scary for the old thinking mind, for the old construct of who we took ourselves to be, right? Because that part of us is just really rooted in survival. It's really just based in fear. And I'm not saying we do away with the thinking mind. The thinking mind is here to serve your divine nature. The thinking mind is actually here to serve your cosmic self. The thinking mind is not here to make all your decisions. It's not here to lead the way at all. It just actually creates a lot of suffering when we allow the thinking mind to lead, because the thinking mind's perceptions are very limited. Whereas your cosmic self's perceptions are vast and very unlimited and infinite. And so your true self is infinite. You have infinite intelligence, infinite creativity, infinite energy. You literally, you can feel when you start becoming more and more awakened and you start shifting more and more into your cosmic consciousness, you can literally feel how your energy field is infinite. We have our own individual perceptions and all of that, but as you expand more, you realize, oh my gosh, you expand literally into the cosmos. So this is what's happening for a lot of you guys, is you're switching over, you're going into this initiation into cosmic consciousness, and of course it's going to be freaking exhausting. Because when we're switching over, so much fear is coming up, so much fear is purging. And so this can take years. This can take as long as it needs to take. And the one thing I would say is, while we're going through this like ascension fatigue, while maybe you're going through this initiation into a new orientation, like you're going from orienting with your mind to orienting with your cosmic self, while you're going through that, can you fall in love with rest? Can you start to feel in your being that, oh my God, I love to rest? This is something I've been yearning for and I've been craving. And can you thank the Divine Mother? I'm like, thanks for these years of rest. I've needed this rest so bad. Maybe a lot of you guys had lifetimes where it was like just lots of struggle and lots of just constant stress. And maybe you went through lifetimes of war and poverty and just major intensity in those ways. And maybe this is the lifetime that the Divine has gifted you to heal. This is the lifetime where the Divine has gifted you the opportunity to wake up into a greater consciousness, what I keep referring to as cosmic consciousness. Maybe this is the lifetime where you don't have to give all of your energy, focus, and attention to survival programs and to survival patterns. Maybe this is the lifetime where you just get to relax and shed the whole program of whatever your name is. You get to shed that whole personality construct and you just get to rest as this moment. So a lot of times, and I'm not speaking directly to the person who wrote this, but I'm just speaking to everybody right now. A lot of times when we're being asked to rest a lot, we can kind of resent it, we can be frustrated by it, we can be resisting it. But that's only we're not really resting that deeply, if I'm being honest, when we're doing that. I've been there. I know how that is. But if we embrace the rest and we bask in it and we love that the Divine is giving this opportunity, us this opportunity to just be, and we fall in love with being, and we let go of the mind's kind of resistance to it and the personality structures, frustrations about it because it's not getting to go do the things it's programmed to do, that it was told, if you do these things, you'll get fulfillment. You should be doing these things like everyone else, right? If we can just let that kind of be, hold space for it and let it dissolve, well, you'll notice you might need less rest because you're resting more deeply now. You're actually at peace within. And here's the thing, what the Divine is usually trying to teach us when we need a lot of rest is she's saying, hey, I want you to rest when you're doing everything. I want you to be at rest 24/7, sweetheart. Like, can we not only rest when we're in bed, but can we be at just as deep a rest when we're in the grocery store? Like when I walk into the grocery store in my town, 15 minutes away, I walk in there in a meditation. I'm still in a meditation. When I'm shooting hoops at the basketball court, I'm in a meditation. When I'm going to music in the park, or last night I went to this open mic, I'm getting so many chills. I was in this deep, restful state of being at the open mic, just taking in all these people who are so talented, taking in the heart-centered, loving vibes of the whole environment. And I was just open. I wasn't in my, there were some thoughts moving through, but in a deeper sense, I was just resting in my inner being. I was just resting in my heart center. There was no real difference from what I was doing internally at that open mic last night, as there was when I'm just leaned back against those pillows every morning for 2 hours in a meditation. And so can we take this rest that the divine is gifting you, can we take it everywhere? You know, like I said, when I walk into the grocery store, my friend comes up to me and greets me, I'm just resting with him. And whatever's happening in the conversation is happening, but in a deeper sense, I'm just at rest with him. Whenever I sit with a client, I'm just resting. My system's at rest. I'm just, right now, I'm resting. And nature's a good way. Nature can help us, teach us how to rest. So the divine is just teaching you how to rest, because this is what your divine body is always doing. Your divine being is always at rest. And so this is how we take these animal bodies to divine bodies. We teach these animal bodies how to rest. And so you're just getting this deep lesson on what true rest is, and we get to see all the places we resent it or fight it. Because we're taught when we're little, you can't rest, you won't survive. You know, how many times were we just being and enjoying our beingness? And some adult, you know, because they were programmed by whoever they were raised by in their culture or whatever, says, nope, you got to do, we could feel their stress, you know, we could feel that they were in survival. And then we kind of took it on, like, because we're empaths, like, oh my God, we got to be in survival to be safe. So the divine is just unwinding and unraveling all those patterns within you, within all of you guys who are transitioning over and being initiated into cosmic consciousness. Because cosmic consciousness is all about being receptive. It's all about being relaxed. It's all about allowing. It's more of the divine feminine. Yes, there's the masculine, you know. Every morning I embody the masculine for 2 hours, because the masculine is the willingness to sit with what comes up when we relax. Because when we relax, that's when things tend to come up to be felt, right? So, yeah, I hope that is it's helpful. Let me keep reading. There's more to this question. I spent almost all my time alone. Don't feel like being around people. A lot of times when we're transitioning over into a new consciousness, we're going to go through a hermit phase. We're going to go through kind of like the void. And this can be okay, but I would say just be receptive to life. Feel if she's asking you to maybe move out of your comfort zone at some point into connectivity, into maybe going to things that will scare you a little bit, but deep down you know it might be good for you. Because sometimes healing does happen outside of our comfort zone. And I just want to say to the person who wrote this question, good job sharing. Because I later on in the question I was reading, like, I know sharing's a big deal for you, and you haven't done that much. So good job sharing, and that's really brave. And so this is a sign that your system's already waking up to the possibility that maybe more connection might start serving you. So, and just the right kind of connection too, right? Check in with the inner child. What feels good? It's like we don't necessarily need to be going out to the bars. I know probably none of you will do that. And if you want to, whatever, no judgment here. But just like what feels, like what kind of containers, right? Like the open mic container I went in last night. It was just a bunch of loving beings sharing their heart. That kind of stuff I really enjoy. Now, am I going to go to a bar? My body won't even let me go into a bar. So that's off the table for me. But I like going into healing containers. I have a session with one of my teachers tomorrow. Super excited about it. Those kinds of things. All right. Having a lot of head pressure and energy crawling on my face. Yeah, a lot of those unconscious energies being touched by light, for sure. And sometimes head pressure is caused by a blockage in the heart. And head pressure can be a sign that our heart is opening. Because this is another way to talk about cosmic consciousness. It's all about going from the thinking mind into the more intuitive, heart-centered living. Kind of like I was touching on earlier in the beginning. So just stay with the heart. Melt into your heart center. See what's there for you. If it weren't for you, I would have thought I was dying or something. So I just want to say thank you so much. Yeah, you're so welcome. And to share a little, which I hardly do anymore. Anyway, hope you have a lovely day again, and thank you for all you're doing and for being you. Much love. And there is a second part to this. I just wanted to touch on it. Yeah, I started stream of consciousness replying to this in the cafe yesterday. I was just typing stuff up. And, oh, here it is. Here's the second part. I'm wondering, when I allow something to move through me, feel it and let it come up, how do I let it go? I feel like the deepest things, wounds coming up again and again. And I want to say this is exactly right. So we heal on a helix, on a spiral. So we meet wounds and certain energies at different depths. And when we meet them over and over again at deeper levels of consciousness. Like, that's something I've been going through, is I'm meeting a wound that I've met who knows how many times, but I'm meeting it with more awareness, and I'm meeting it at a new depth. And so when we first awaken, it's like we don't have the access to enough presence just to, most of the time, to just, clear something in one go. It's like, no, we have to cultivate the presence and the unconditional love to really heal these wounds at their full depth. And so, this is like, we just meet issues. Like, I've met the issue of codependency over and over again. I've met the issue of chasing, or whatever we want to label the wound as. The mother wound, the father wound. A lot of this stuff we meet at different depths. And yeah, we just kind of heal on a helix, on a spiral like that. So not doing anything wrong. Yeah, you're doing great. And just good job sharing. I hope that this video brought some light to what you asked. I wrote a bunch of other stuff too, but my system's saying we're at 17 minutes. We're good here. I could talk about cosmic consciousness for days. So, I hope this helped. I have another really great question that came in from another Patreon member that I'm really excited to answer. There's just lots of really great content over there if you guys want to sign up and check out some exclusive offerings that I brought through. And there's also a really amazing community, a really supportive community to plug into on the Patreon as well. So I really appreciate you guys' support over there, and just sending you guys so much love. Honored to walk this path with you. See you in the next video. Namaste.